Monday, June 25, 2018. My name is Pao Salud. I am from Powcast Sports.com. I love basketball, boxing, and MMA. And today I'm going to talk about basketball and boxing. Again, this is our podcast, and we're supposed to do a live podcast, but I kept getting interrupted for some reason today. So, anyway, without further ado, I got 5 topics to share to you. Hopefully you can comment and let me know what you think about my thoughts and see if you agree with me or not. But the first thing I want to talk about is ball. Basketball and the last name Ball. Now, if you're asking why I'm talking about LeVar Ball, it's just because it's always a great topic. It's always kind of something that people are talking about, even though sometimes it's nonsense. Anyway, what I really want to talk about is his son. So LeVar Ball is the father of Lonzo Ball, the overhyped Lakers. Yeah, there you go. I said it. So, he's great. Fine, he's a good player. But he was the performance that he had last season isn't exactly what was expected of him. I mean, come on. He got compared to Magic Johnson and Jason Kidd. But I think his performance wasn't as at par with the expectation of the people. He's not the topic. What we want to talk about is his brother. His brother, LiAngelo Ball, applied in the draft this year, but went undrafted. You heard that right. LiAngelo Ball was undrafted. I think this is embarrassing for LeVar Ball, who has been talking about his sons playing in the Lakers together. But with the recent development, I don't know what to say. LeVar Ball should probably should shut up right now, because it may have affected the thinking of the other teams. Of course, LiAngelo Ball did something bad as well when he went to China, and when he go to Europe and play basketball there, he wasn't really impressive enough. Not to the NBA type of level. So, that may be one of the reasons. But really, LiAngelo Ball got undrafted. So that's too bad. Even though fans was trying to urge the team or the management to draft LiAngelo Ball, they were really cheering. The management went deaf. LeVar Ball probably didn't expect this coming. Of course, he's embarrassed by this. Fast forward today, the Lakers don't even want him or LiAngelo Ball to be a part of the Summer League team of LA. That's just bad. I don't know what's next for LiAngelo Ball. This guy never worked out with any other team in the NBA except the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. They wanted to stay in LA. Maybe if he could have worked out with other teams, maybe he would have a better chance. But hey, anyway, that's what happened with LiAngelo Ball. What do you think? Would he be drafted, or would any other teams be interested with him? Number 2 on our topic today, still about LA. And this may be another bad news for Lakers fans, as the coveted power forward Paul George is rumored to give another chance to his current teammates in OKC. Partnering up with Russell Westbrook and Melo, didn't pan out as planned, but they still are a good team last year. And remember, this is just their first year. Maybe they just need some familiarization with each other. Maybe the second year will be better. So Paul George, according to the rumors out there, may be considering staying with OKC. And I don't see that as a bad decision. I think that's a good decision. That's a fair decision. Especially if you look at it. I mean, Paul George, you want to win. Paul George going to LA, teaming up with the young players, with the uncertainty of LeBron James. You know, it might be better off that staying in OKC then. You know, last year when Paul George signed with OKC, most people think that it was already assured that he will be in Los Angeles Lakers after, but that didn't happen. A lot of things happen, or a lot of things can happen in one season. And this just may be one of those things that, you know, Paul George may not be satisfied. And I can't blame him. Even though Melo had a not so good performance last season, you know, he still teamed up with Russell Westbrook. I'm not sure if it's talking to LeBron, but so what do you think, guys? Should Paul George decide to stay? I think that's okay. And which brings me to my next topic. You know, Paul George is supposed to be in LA, and he's thinking about, you know, staying in OKC. But there's one player, which is a great player. Actually, I think even better than Paul George right now, and that is San Antonio Spurs forward Kawhi Leonard. Probably good news for the Lakers now, as Leonard, the supposed franchise player of the Spurs, has broke his silence and has publicly said that he wants to be in LA. He wants to play in the Los Angeles Lakers uniform. He's from there. He's from LA. No, the Spurs could trade him to LA and give him what he wants, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So Lakers, you got Kawhi Leonard wanting to be in LA, but you know, Kawhi Leonard still got 1 year, and the Spurs could gamble and just retain him and maybe not trade him at all, maybe convince him to stay and change his mind. I mean, Kawhi Leonard and Popovich had this talk, you know, in LA, and we don't know what happened there, but maybe he could change his mind. But again, San Antonio Spurs is in control here. They could choose to retain Kawhi Leonard for at least another year. Now, if not, maybe, you know, trade in the middle of the season, just if in any case things doesn't really work out. But Kawhi Leonard wants to be in LA, so this is a good sign. You know, most people we're thinking already LeBron James, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. That would be a super team. That would potentially give Golden State Warriors a hard time. But again, San Antonio Spurs' primary plan should retain Kawhi Leonard. You know, speaking of primary plan, and this is my fourth topic for today, LeBron James in the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers' primary plan. What is it? Now, for all the LeBron James fan out there, hold your bags and your things. For now, you may need to just relax, because Cleveland Cavaliers is doing everything they can to retain the king, to retain LeBron James. So you don't have to travel anywhere. You don't have to ride that bandwagon to wherever LeBron James decides to stay, because he might just choose to stay with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So Cleveland and LeBron James reportedly had a great talk, and it looks like they are giving each other another chance, assuming Cleveland would get some talents to the team. And of course, and if you heard the rumors, Kawhi Leonard and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Again, the Cleveland Cavaliers is reaching out to the San Antonio Spurs to trade for Kawhi. So that's definitely a superstar. And there's another one, Kemba Walker. This is the star point guard of the Charlotte Hornets. Actually, I think he's even the franchise player. But LeBron James need a good point guard. After Kyrie Irving, there's just no one as good as Kyrie Irving yet in Cleveland to support LeBron James. So Kemba Walker is one of that potential player that could move to Cleveland. And how about Dwight Howard? Now, Dwight Howard just reached out a buyout agreement with the Nets after being traded from Charlotte. And he could be chasing a ring. And maybe LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers could use Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard had a great number this season. And, I know there are rumors that Dwight Howard isn't really a good teammate or is not good in the locker room. But, I highly doubt that. In any case, Dwight Howard could be that potential player as well to be added in the Cleveland Cavaliers roster. Now, but basically everything would basically happen based on what LeBron James do. It's gonna be a domino effect. The LeBron James sweepstakes is still on and much alive. People, whether you want LeBron James or not, the teams are still fighting for LeBron James to get the service of the king. So the fight is still on. So I don't know who's gonna get LeBron James, but wherever he goes, I'm sure that team will be a great team and could potentially compete for the playoffs and even for the finals. So that's my fourth topic. And speaking of fights, let me just transition to my fifth and last topic for today. And this fight is probably the biggest fight in Malaysia since Muhammad Ali. Pacquiao versus Matisse. I'm talking about that fight. A lot of rumors about the fight being in jeopardy, might not push through. But MP Promotion assured fans that it will push ahead on July 15 at the Axiata Arena in Kuala Lumpur. These rumors that have circulated that the fights is, having a problems financially and whatnot, and even the former promoter of Manny Pacquiao, Bob Arum, has talked about, if the fight don't happen, it doesn't, know what's happening there, and if it doesn't happen, he would pit Matisse against his boy Terence Crawford. I don't think that's the right thing to say for a former promoter. Anyway, we don't want to speculate further, but here's what we know. Powcast Sports, and I will personally be there in Malaysia on July 15th to watch this event. So I have no doubt that this would continue because we talked to a few people from the Pacquiao camp and they say it's on. So Pacquiao versus Matisse, get your tickets now. Now I think the price range could go as low as 9,000 pesos, Philippine peso, to 700,000 pesos. That's a lot of money. And this is going to be exciting. I will post the link to buy the ticket on powcastsports.com, so you should check there. And again, I'd like to thank you for listening on my podcast. I really like to do this consistently every time. And again, my name is Pao Sulit from powcastsports.com. If there are any topics that you want me to discuss or talk about in the near future, let me know. Just comment or send us a message. Again, my name is Pao Sulit, powcastsports.com, and this podcast is over. Thanks.